Hi everybody, this is Carla with Cobweb Corner and welcome to another Sampler Sunday video. These are shorter videos that I do occasionally in addition to my regular full FlossTube videos. This is a channel about cross stitch and normally I share my own crafting, things that are going in my shop and stuff like that. But on Sampler Sunday, I just choose a small selection of samplers and give a little bit more detail about those. And hopefully you'll see something you like. Today I am doing Christmas samplers and there's a lot to choose from when I look through my inventory. And I'll probably do at least one more Christmas sampler video before this coming Christmas. Hopefully I'll get that in. I like to keep these short, so let's just jump in. I think I've got 12 different samplers to show you. The first one is by the Prairie Schooler and it is called Christmas Samplers 2. And this is the new reprint format. And even though the price has gone up significantly since they started reprinting them, I think they retail for $12. They're $10.70 on our site. You do get 3 different samplers with this chart, and that's a pretty good deal. The first one just says Christmas greetings. The middle one is Hark the Herald, Angels Sing, Glory to the Newborn King. And the last one is Happy Christmas to all and to all a good night. Whoops. Those are stitched with DMC thread. And let's see, it says the maximum stitch count for the samplers is 179 by 88. And it uses, I don't know, about 15 different DMC colors. So there's also Christmas samplers, the first one by the Prairie Schooler, and this is Christmas samplers 2. Let's see, what does it say they were stitched on? 32 count natural light linen using 2 strands of floss over 2 threads, and the fabric was by Witchelt. The next one is by Quaker Betty Core. I love Quaker Betty Core. This one is titled Christmas Sampler, and there are so many fun details. I've said it every time I bring up this designer. I talk about the details. This one has an ornate alphabet and 2 other smaller alphabets. And at the bottom it says, "Don't forget to love Christmas." And the top says Christmas. And then it's got a couple of kind of like cake plates. Here, I got a paintbrush here. Cake plates. And this one looks like a snow globe village. And then there's another one up here with a Christmas cake. And then you've got this old-fashioned lantern and this Christmas tree down here, and then this little girl. So that is so cute. It is 210 stitches by 300, stitched with DMC floss, and it was stitched on 32 count antique ivory dyed with coffee, it says. It's in Italian, so I'm trying to figure that out. So vintage country mocha. So that is Christmas Sampler by Quaker Betty Core. The next one is by Shakespeare's Peddler, and it's Jenny Bean's Christmas Sampler. And it says, "Had I had but 1 penny, thou shouldst have it to buy gingerbread." And it's got, here it is. It's got a number of different sampler motifs. And the bottom says, "Wrought Gladly by Jenny Bean." And this one is 149 by 116. It was stitched on 40 count vintage navy bean by Lakeside Linens. And it uses Gentle Art sampler threads, and it does provide a DMC conversion. So that is Jenny Bean's Christmas Sampler by Shakespeare Peddler. The next one I just love. It's by Joan Elliott Designs, and it's called Christmas Eve Sampler. And it is so gorgeous. You could stitch just parts of this. You've got the this scene here could be stitched alone. You've got the beautiful alphabet here. This scene could be stitched alone, and then there's this snowman and stocking border. And then you also have Santa, is that Santa? Yep, Santa's reindeer up above. So you could stitch it as one large sampler, but you could also take different pieces of it out. The stitch count is 138 by 318. And let's see, it says what kind of fabric it uses. It only uses 2 colors of DMC, 310 and 321. You need 11 skeins of DMC 310. And then it also uses Krynic braid number 28, number 4, the very fine braid. So let me see if it says what fabric it was on. It says it was stitched on 14 or 28 count. Oh, pictured on 28 count Daybreak Lugana from Pole Stitches, Polstitches Designs. So that is, she has a similar Halloween one, and then a Year in Silhouettes one that is very similar to this. That's Christmas Eve Sampler by Joanne Elliott. The next one is by Leela's Studio, and this one is Holiday Quaker. You've probably seen a number of people stitch her Halloween Quaker design, and this is similar. It's got Joy to the World and Happy Holidays. It's got Santa in his sled. You've got the Christmas village down here, a cherub angel, another angel, and then all of the Quaker motifs. And then you have funny things like Santa's boots. Here you've got a deer. So a lot going on in this sampler. Let's see what it says for this one. Is 261 stitches wide by 180 high, and the model was stitched on 40 count Dapple by Picture This Plus. It uses DMC, Gentle Arts, that's it, DMC and Gentle Arts with a, let's see if it gives a DMC conversion. It does, yes, it does give a DMC conversion for the Gentle Arts threads. So that is, whoops, wrong one. Quaker, Holiday Quaker by Leela's Studio. The next one is by Jeanette Douglas Designs. And I don't know if this one's from 2000, so it's not, I thought it might be older. It's from 2014. It is Be Merry and Be Bright. And this is a beautiful sampler. It says, at the top it says, Christmas, be merry, be jolly, and bright. And it's got kind of a band sampler, very narrow, and it's got the Christmas tree in the middle, the stockings on the bottom, and this uses a lot of specialty stitches. Let me see if I can show some of them to you without showing the pattern. So it's got things like this. Let's see what it says here. They are large long arm stitch, satin stitch, border satin stitch, leaf stitch, trellis stitch, double herringbone stitch, and then the queen stitch. So, but they're all really illustrated with instructions, and so each band is a different type of stitch. This is 53 wide, so it's not very wide at all, by 229 high. It was stitched on 32 count Witcheled Natural Brown, and it uses Gentle Arts sampler threads, Simply Wool, so not the cotton threads. And it uses a combination. It uses 4 Gentle Arts Simply Wool, and then it uses 1 Gentle Arts regular sampler thread, and then it uses Gloriana Threads Laura Keat Wool. Let's see if that's it. And then 3 tiny micro buttons, which are not included. Says it's designed for linen or other even weave fabrics. Says you will use 1 strand wool on all stitching. So that, isn't it beautiful? All of her designs are so intricate and just so beautiful. This would be definitely a heirloom type of piece. So that is Be Merry and Bright by Jeanette Douglas Designs. The next one I think this is a newer one. Let's look at the date here. Yeah, 2021. This is a new design by Erica Michaels called Christmas Motif Sampler. And it's just all kinds of different motifs representing Christmas. This is stitched on 45 count Jersey cream legacy linen from Access Commodities, and the stitch count is 129 by 124. The ornaments are shown on 32 count cream Belfast linen from Zweigert. Stitch counts vary. Suggested, let's see, it was stitched with Overa Soie number SMS 241 from Access Commodities, but there is suggested DMC alternates are provided. So that is, and there's what it doesn't show. Here's the ornaments on the back. So that is Christmas Motif Sampler by Erica Michaels. The next one is an older design from the Sweetheart Tree. It's called Holly Days Sampler, and the designer is Sandra Cox Vanisdahl. And this is a beautiful band sampler. It says, oh, it doesn't say anything. It says it's got the alphabet, and then each band, there's a variety of stitches. This chart is new old stock from a shop that went out of business, and the inside is a little bit aged, but there's some of the different, you can see the detailed instructions for each band. And let's see if we got stitch count is only 60 wide by 162 high, and the model was stitched on 30 count white linen by Witchelt over 2 fabric threads using 2 strands of floss. Let's see. And that's what it uses. So some of the stitches it uses are lattice stitch, back stitch, scotch stitch, Bargello / flame stitch, diamond shaped motif, small Smyrna cross, diamond eye stitch. So that's just a few. I don't know if that's all of them or not. Probably not. But that is a beautiful, beautiful sampler. It is called Holly Days, Holly-Days Sampler by the Sweetheart Tree. Oh, and before I forget, the link to all of the charts that I'm showing you today is down below in the more information section of the video. And if you click on something and you get it's out of stock or page not found, if you get a page not found error, that means that it's probably something we're not going to carry again and it has sold out. If you get there and it's sold out, you can add yourself to the waiting list. And that's the best thing to do if you're interested in a chart that's out of stock, is to add yourself to the waiting list. I get notices when people add things to the waiting list, so I know what I need to reorder, and then you'll get an automatic notification when we get it back in stock. The next one has been super popular. When was it published? It was published in 2017 by Silver Creek Samplers. Diane Grick is the designer, and this is My Christmas List. And it's stitched in DMC floss. It is 101 by 287 is the stitch count, and it was stitched on 32 count Coco Lugana by Silkweaver. Some of the things it says is family visits, turkey dressing, woolen sweaters, Christmas blessing, angels singing, Christ is born, gingerbread, hang your stocking, peace and goodwill, a gift for all on Christmas morn, and more. So that is a really fun design. I've seen a number of people stitch that. It's really, really nice stitched up. The next one is by Stony Creek. It's called O Tannenbaum. Let me say that again. O Tannenbaum Sampler. And it says, O Christmas tree, thou tree most fair and lovely, the sight of thee at Christmas tide spreads hope and gladness far and wide. O Christmas tree, thou tree most fair and lovely. And then the verse is repeated in German at the bottom. And then it's got those wonderful Christmas trees at the top and then in the center. And I think this is, let me see what the stitch count is. It's 101 wide by 264 high, and the model was stitched on 28 count aged ecru Stony Creek dyed fabric. It uses either anchor or DMC floss, a couple of colors of Gentle Arts, glisten gloss, some Mill Hill beads, and then it does call for 2 charms, a charm and a button, which are not included. So that is O Tannenbaum Sampler by Stony Creek. It is book number 211. The next one I also really like is by Blue Ribbon Designs, and it's called Poinsettias and Pines. And I'll read what it says. It says, the smell of pine, the crackling fire, all the snow one could desire. Hot cocoa with marshmallows, cookies in the kitchen, treasure the gifts that winter has given. So it doesn't really mention Christmas, but it has poinsettias, red cardinals, and then wonderful trees. Each tree is different. I really, really like this this design. I like the saying. I also like the red cardinals. This one was stitched on 40 count fawn by Lakeside Linen, and it uses Belsois floss by Crescent Colors, and there is a DMC conversion provided. The stitch count is 235 high by 145 wide. That is Poinsettias and Pines by Blue Ribbon Designs, and that was published in 2007. All right, the last one is an older design that from Cross-Eyed Cricket, but I really like it. It's now out in chart pack format. It was originally in leaflet format, and it was published in 1994, and it's called Christmas Letters, and it's a Christmas alphabet, but it's one of the most unique Christmas alphabets I've seen. So some of them it's kind of even hard to distinguish the letter. It says to use it to name things. I think it's kind of hard. Like this one is T, but I love it done as a sampler. So cool. So that is, let's see what that is. Here we go. It's 140 wide by 321 high, and it uses a lot of DMC colors. Look at this floss list. It's all of these and all of these. So that is a lot of floss, and a ton of back stitching. But I really like this design. It was stitched on 25 count sand Dublin linen by Zweigert, using 2 plies of floss. It is finished in 11 1/4 by 27 3/4 inch dark green shaker frame from Uncle Tom's Frames. It says, although the alphabet is fun seen in its entirety, it was designed to personalize or label Christmas things. Just a few of the many possibilities are shown on the cover. So that is Christmas Letters by the Cross-Eyed Cricket, book number 129. So that's it. That's 12 different Christmas samplers. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please subscribe and then click on the bell to be notified when new videos are uploaded. And thanks for watching, everybody. Happy stitching.